four-wheeler! Well, if I'm going to do another video on him, I might as well use an avatar that's a little more fitting given the situation.
Today I'm going to be making a video of people who've been reacting towards IGN's review of the new Kirby game that was recently released. And let's just say they are starting to act like the Sonic fanbase when Sonic Lost World had his review by IGN.
Sonic Lost World score on IGN? 5.8. Average on game rankings? About 60%. Kirby Triple Deluxe's score on IGN? 6.0. Average on game rankings? About an 80%. The number of videos made regarding IGN's review of Triple Deluxe could probably be counted on one hand. Meanwhile, there is a search option on YouTube for Sonic Lost World IGN review rant. I'd also like to keep in mind that the Sonic fanbase has also had members bitch at IGN for giving Sonic Generations an 8.5. I don't think they're comparable.
Chill out, guys! We're all aware that IGN has Down syndrome, and if it's not Call of Duty or Battlefield, it's gonna get a bad score. That's just their stupid logic.
Oh yeah, sure, it's not like, I can go on IGN's website and find a Call of Duty game that has a negative score. Oh wait, never mind, I have. Call of Duty Declassified is a Call of Duty game that IGN gave a 4 out of 10. I do research because I are smart.
Well, apparently you are not smart enough to realize that it doesn't prove his point wrong if you show a Call of Duty game getting a low score. You should have shown a good game getting a good score.
Personally, I don't mind a low score. Pfft, bullshit.
I know this is a nondescript comment on an IGN review, but where's your evidence? If you have none, no you.
Out of 10, that is not a bad score. That is a decent score. In other words, he's saying it's a decent game, an okay game.
Let's ignore IGN standards for good and bad for a second, and let's pretend we're at school, where 6.0 translates into a 60%. Where I go to for college, that's a D. In many other places, it's an F. You want to tell me that a D or an F is good? Well, if that's the case, I know what you got in school.
And second off, forgettable campaign. Too easy. That is not a good enough reason. I mean, if the game's too easy and the campaign's forgettable, then it's going to be boring. And if the game's going to be boring, then the game's not going to be good. I mean, I for one would like to have a challenge in my games.
DDD Drum Beat, available before the main campaign. Hard as fuck.
It's not like I could totally go on their website and find, several games that they've given good scores to, like, Sonic Generations, Batman Arkham City, and so many other games that is not Battlefield or Call of Duty or any other first-person shooters a good score.
This guy was only asking for IGN to like a good game. Where did Call of Duty or Battlefield come from? Speaking of Call of Duty, you showed the score for Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified earlier, yet you're not showing the scores for these games now. I know I could easily look them up on IGN's website, but you did that before, why couldn't you do it now? Four-wheeler, you are not consistent.
Kill yourself, you always negative, you little bitch.
I can't be the only one who finds it fitting of four-wheeler to go after a comment with grammar worse than his from a person whose icon is that of a little kid and take it seriously.
Certain game. Yeah, you know, death threats and telling somebody to go kill himself all because, of a video game review. It's always cool, right guys? Right?
I'm starting to sympathize with the people who are complaining that there's too much sarcasm in commentaries.
What's the point of the original Kirby? To make a game for little kids, so to get them play more games. Yeah, last I checked, there have been some challenging Kirby games like, Kirby's Air Ride.
Side series racer to main series platformer. Might as well compare the main series Pokemon games to Pokemon Dash.
It can't be challenging after all. Sonic games are known for trial and error.
Bullshit. Sonic games are known for two things. It's an pleasable fanbase and its titular character going really, really fucking fast.
This next comment I'm going to read is someone with actual common sense. And I completely agree with this person right here. Alright. What's wrong with the review, guys? His criticism seems very justified. This game looks very simplistic and generic.
Multiple planes that you have to interact with. Use of the 3DS's gyroscope feature to solve certain puzzles. Hypernova Kirby. most of the bosses. Random YouTube commenter, given the date of your comment, the date of 4-Wheeler's video, and the date of Triple Deluxe's release, I doubt you played the game, let alone for very long, to justify your comment. As someone who has played the game and beaten it 100%, I think I know what I'm talking about. However, with no proof as to whether or not you have played the game, I'm not going to fault you, random YouTube commenter. I am going to fault 4-Wheeler, however, because he makes this comment later on.
I applaud you, sir, or madam. I'm sorry if I get it wrong, but I applaud you because you are 100% right.
Yeah, 4-Wheeler, you have no fucking excuse.
What did you expect? All Kirby games are easy for kids to play and have fun for everyone else to enjoy. Again, Kirby's Air Ride, that was a pretty challenging game.
Kirby's Air Ride is also one of the least well-received games in the entire franchise, and again, is not a platformer.
Know that this game wasn't very hard at all. That's what the IGN reviewer was saying. The only time that the game got challenging was during the boss battles. That's about it. Kids don't have to complete them, while experienced players can tackle them on. If they had made a Kirby game that would draw away fans from the series. If you want a platformer, if you want a hard platformer, then play Donkey Kong Country. Donkey Kong Country is a kid's game, you idiot!
When did he say it wasn't, idiot? The next point is boring. I'm just gonna jump to the end of it.
Don't jump to conclusions!
Phew, dodged the bullet there. 4-Wheeler, you're the last person that should be saying that, considering that you thought this guy thought that Donkey Kong Country wasn't a kid's game. You thought this guy was saying that Call of Duty and Battlefield weren't good games, and you thought that this guy actually cared about IGN's arbitrary scoring system. The very title of your video is an assumption. How are we supposed to tell that they're Nintendo fanboys? Couldn't some of them just be Kirby fanboys? In other words, new you.
Alright, let me just say this. A review should not judge your own point of view of a game. Just because a game gets a negative review doesn't mean you cannot like the game.
No, but we go to reviewers for a reason. Because we often want to see if a game we want is shit or not. It may not be my opinion, but if it's not getting good reviews, why would I want to make one?
Stages. I find them to be pretty fun. But yet, that game has several negative reviews. Do you see me complaining and bitching about it? No. I've also watched movies that have negative reviews, like Alpha and Omega and Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
Okay, a few reasons as to why this doesn't work. Number one, those are movies, not video games. Last time I checked, movies were not criticized for difficulty. Number two, the movies he presented had poor general reception. Kirby Triple Deluxe has had positive general reception. 3. If you want something to compare to IGN reviews, you would have used an individual review of either film, not Rotten Tomatoes. And 4. Why is this comparison here when the Sonic Unleashed comparison was decent enough?
So basically, don't attack somebody personally all because they have a different opinion than you.
Funny story about the comments. They were either criticism of the review or attacks of IGN as a whole. How are any of them attacking the reviewer personally? Now, do most of these comments reek of fanboyism and or stupidity? Yes, I'll agree with you there. Real talk, if any of you ever say, you can't spell ignorant without IGN, and actually mean it, I'll forever not like you. The problem is, you're going after comments on IGN review. It's the same thing every time. What makes Kirby Triple Deluxe so special in this regard? At least to their credit, these fanboys aren't making videos on the fucking review. 4-Wheeler, the only thing that has changed about you in the past year is that you don't want to be considered a commentator anymore. Other than that, nothing. However, there is a bright side to this. It does mean I get to make fun of you more.